Hello, my friend. I'm Dr. Mary Parker, clinical pharmacist and educator in men's health and longevity, and today I want to talk to you as si estuviéramos sentados frente a frente en confianza. For years, many men have been told that if a medicine is sold over the counter, it must be basically harmless. If you can just grab it off the shelf, it can't be that serious, right? But what I see every day from behind the pharmacy counter tells a very different story, especially for men over 50 who want to protect their heart, their kidneys, their circulation, and their intimate well-being in the years ahead. The hidden mistake I'm going to reveal today doesn't have to do with one specific brand or one single ingredient. It has to do with a habit, a mental shortcut. It's the habit of treating over-the-counter medicines like snacks instead of real drugs, taking them automatically, day after day, without reading the label, without adding up the total doses, and without asking the one key question: is this still safe for me at my age, with the medications and conditions I already have? That quiet automatic habit is what slowly erodes health in the background, not in one dramatic moment, but over months and years. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to give you clarity and power, because when you change how you use over-the-counter medications, you're not just avoiding side effects, you're protecting the very systems that keep you active, independent, and confident. Your cardiovascular system, your kidneys, your digestion, your brain, your sleep, and yes, your intimate vitality as a man in midlife and beyond. A small shift in how you handle those little boxes and bottles can translate into a big shift in how you feel, how you move, and how you show up in your relationships. Let me paint a picture that might feel familiar. A man in his mid-50s wakes up with that nagging knee pain he's been living with for years. It's not dramatic, but it's enough to make stairs annoying. He goes to the kitchen, takes 2 painkillers he bought at the grocery store, and drinks his coffee. On the way to work, he feels congested from the air conditioning, so he takes a daytime cold and flu capsule he keeps in his bag, just in case. That night, he's wired, mind racing, so he reaches for an over-the-counter sleeping pill because he has to function tomorrow. None of those choices seems dangerous by itself. They're common, almost boring. But here's what's really happening under the surface. His liver is processing repeated doses of the same pain reliever, often hidden in more than one product. His kidneys are filtering every single molecule, day after day, sometimes under conditions of mild dehydration. His blood vessels are responding to decongestants that can tighten them and nudge blood pressure upward. His brain is adapting to sedatives that interfere with natural sleep architecture. And every one of those systems, liver, kidneys, blood vessels, brain, is essential for long-term energy, stamina, and intimate confidence. Men over 50 are especially vulnerable to this pattern for a simple reason. The body has changed, but the habits haven't. At 25, you might have taken a painkiller after a soccer match, a cold remedy in winter, and a sleep pill on a long flight without noticing any consequences. Your kidneys had huge reserve, your liver recovered quickly, your blood pressure was flexible and forgiving. After 50, the engine is still powerful, but the margin for error is smaller. Many men now take daily prescriptions for blood pressure, cholesterol, or blood sugar. The prostate may be slightly enlarged. Circulation may be a little more sluggish. In that context, every over-the-counter pill lands in a very different body than it did 20 years ago. The hidden mistake many men make is what I call silent stacking. That means layering medications that seem unrelated, but share the same ingredient or the same effect. For example, you might take a pain-relieving tablet for your back, a cold remedy packet for your sinuses, and a PM formula to sleep, all in the same day. On the box, they have different names and promises. Inside, they may share the exact same pain reliever or combine ingredients that dehydrate you, raise your blood pressure, or make you drowsy in a way that increases your risk of falls or confusion at night. No one told you that you were stacking, it just happened by habit. Let's look at a few of the most common ways this silent stacking shows up in men over 50. The first one is the daily pain pill. A lot of men start with one simple idea. If my knee or my back hurts every day, I'll just take something every day. They buy a big bottle of painkillers and add them to their morning routine, like coffee. Over weeks and months, this daily use can irritate the stomach, increase the risk of bleeding, strain the kidneys, and cause subtle fluid retention that nudges blood pressure upward. You don't feel it in one moment. You notice it when your doctor says, your pressure is a bit higher, or when your legs feel more swollen at night, or when your energy feels heavier and muddier. The second pattern is the multi-symptom comfort pack. These are the colorful boxes that promise to fix everything at once: congestion, headache, body aches, cough, fever, and even sleep, all in one little envelope. They can be helpful for a day or two when you truly feel miserable, but many men use them for every small sniffle or cranky night without realizing what's inside. Some contain decongestants that tighten blood vessels. Others contain substantial doses of painkillers or sedating antihistamines. When you already take blood pressure medication, have a history of heart disease, or struggle with urination because of prostate changes, those little extras inside the multi-symptom pack can push your system in a direction you don't want. The third pattern is the quiet dependence on over-the-counter sleep aids. You buy them once for a stressful week. You sleep a bit better. You keep using them because it feels easier than changing your evening routine. Over time, these products can leave you groggy in the morning, blur your memory, increase your risk of nighttime falls, and weaken your natural sleep rhythm. Instead of supporting your brain's health, they create a blurry haze that slowly dulls your mental sharpness, your motivation, and your emotional resilience, all of which are crucial for strong relationships and intimate confidence. The fourth pattern is the overuse of antacids and stomach protectors. Heartburn becomes more common with age, especially if meals are heavy, late, or rich in fats and alcohol. Instead of adjusting habits, many men live with one solution. They carry antacids or acid blockers everywhere. Used occasionally, they're useful tools. Used constantly, they can interfere with the absorption of nutrients that your body needs for strong circulation, muscle function, and bone health. Over time, your body may become dependent on them, and you never get around to fixing the real triggers: meal timing, portion size, alcohol, and stress. The fifth pattern is perhaps the most delicate: unmonitored male vitality supplements. These are the bottles that promise improved stamina, better circulation, more energy, and confidence in intimate moments. Some are carefully formulated, but many combine strong plant extracts, stimulants, and sometimes even substances that can interact with blood pressure medications or heart conditions. Men often buy them in silence, without talking to a doctor or pharmacist, because they feel embarrassed. And yet those same supplements can be exactly what tips the balance in a man whose circulation is already under pressure, or whose heart has already been through a lot. All of these examples on the surface look like different situations, but underneath, they share the same hidden mistake: taking over-the-counter products without a clear strategy, without label reading, and without asking how they fit into the bigger picture of your current age, conditions, and prescriptions. The good news is that the solution is not complicated. It doesn't require you to memorize complex medical terms or become a health professional. What it requires is a new habit, a natural, simple, powerful habit that becomes your internal pharmacist filter before anything enters your body. I call this habit the OTC pause protocol. It's a small ritual that can fit into less than a minute, but it can protect years of your life. It has 3 steps: notice, check, choose. Notice means you stop for a brief moment before taking any pill, capsule, syrup, or powder, even if you've used it 100 times. You acknowledge that what you're about to take is a real drug with real effects in a real body that has changed with time. Check means you look at the label with fresh eyes: the active ingredients, the recommended dose, the warnings for age, blood pressure, kidneys, heart, prostate, or sleep. Choose means you make a conscious decision. Take it, adjust the dose, pick a different option, or skip it and try a non-drug approach first. This small ritual transforms the relationship between you and your medicines. Instead of being a passive consumer, you become the active guardian of your organs. You start to see patterns. Wait, this cold remedy has the same painkiller I already took this morning. Or, this sleep aid says not to use with certain prescriptions. I should ask my pharmacist. Or, this antacid has become a daily habit. Maybe my meals need to change instead. Over time, the OTC pause protocol trains your brain to protect your heart, kidneys, brain, and intimate vitality almost automatically. Let's talk about the concrete benefits of using this natural habit. The first benefit is cardiovascular protection. Every time you avoid unnecessary decongestants, excessive painkillers, or stimulant-laced energy formulas, you reduce unexpected pressure on your arteries and heart. Your blood vessels don't have to fight against tightening signals as often. Your blood pressure stays more stable throughout the day. Your heart doesn't get pushed into racing when it would rather rest. A stable cardiovascular system is the foundation for good stamina, clear thinking, and strong circulation to every part of your body, including the regions that support intimate well-being. The second benefit is kidney preservation. Your kidneys are the quiet filters that support your longevity. They clear waste, balance fluids, and help regulate blood pressure. Over-the-counter painkillers and certain cold medications can stress these filters if used often or in high doses, especially when you're dehydrated or already have mild kidney changes. By pausing, checking labels, and choosing more carefully, you give your kidneys a lighter workload. In return, they support you with better energy, less swelling, more stable blood pressure, and a body that feels less sluggish and weighed down. The third benefit is digestive balance. When you rely less on acid-suppressing pills and more on smart meal timing, calmer evening routines, and lighter dinners, your digestive tract can restore a healthier rhythm. Nutrients like magnesium, calcium, iron, and B vitamins are absorbed more efficiently. These nutrients are not abstract. They support muscle function, nerve health, circulation, and bone strength. A healthier digestion means you walk with more ease, your muscles recover better, and your body is more prepared to respond when you need physical and intimate energy. The fourth benefit is brain clarity and emotional stability. Over-the-counter sedatives and certain antihistamines can interfere with the deep phases of sleep that restore your brain. When you gently reduce reliance on them and instead improve your sleep hygiene, less screen time late at night, a consistent bedtime, a darker room, a simple breathing routine, your brain begins to recover its natural sleep cycles. You wake up clearer, less irritable, more patient. That clarity changes how you handle stress, how you communicate with your partner, and how much interest you feel in activities that once gave you joy. A clear, rested mind is one of the strongest allies for healthy aging and intimacy. The fifth benefit is hormonal and circulatory balance that supports male confidence. No single over-the-counter product destroys masculinity, but the repeated strain of poor sleep, unstable blood pressure, excessive stimulants, and constant digestive discomfort adds up. Circulation to the pelvis depends on healthy arteries, relaxed blood vessels, and balanced nervous system signals. When you protect your heart, kidneys, digestion, and brain through the OTC pause protocol, you're indirectly protecting the very pathways that support intimate function and satisfaction. Men often describe it like this: I feel more like myself again. It's not magic, it's physiology responding to better care. Now I want to bring these ideas to life with a few real-world style stories. Imagine a man named Robert, 61 years old. He has a busy job, long commute, and a long history of back pain from years of physical work. For a decade, his routine has been simple: 2 painkillers in the morning, 2 more in the afternoon, and sometimes a nighttime formula when the day has been especially hard. When he comes to talk to a pharmacist, he complains of constant fatigue, higher blood pressure, and worries about his intimate performance. He thinks the problem is simply getting old. When we map out his day together, we see the pattern clearly: regular daily painkillers, frequent nighttime formulas, and very little hydration. His kidneys are working overtime. His blood pressure has been drifting upward. His sleep is shallow, fragmented by both discomfort and the sedating additives in his medicines. Over the next few months, he practices the OTC pause protocol. He reduces his daytime dose under guidance, replaces some doses with stretching, gentle heat, and short walks. He reserves the nighttime formula for truly severe days and learns a simple breathing routine for evenings. Slowly, his blood pressure readings improve, his energy returns, and he notices an unexpected change. He feels more confident and responsive in intimate moments. Nothing special was added. Instead, silent stacking was removed. Now picture Javier, 58, who considers himself relatively healthy. He doesn't take any regular prescriptions, but he catches every cold that's going around. His strategy is aggressive. As soon as he feels a tickle in his throat, he starts a multi-symptom cold pack, morning and night, for several days. If his nose feels even a little blocked, he adds an extra decongestant tablet. On top of that, he uses a male performance supplement he ordered online just on weekends. Over time, he begins to feel racing heart episodes, a sense of internal pressure, and more frequent nighttime urination. He wonders if his heart is failing or if his prostate is suddenly out of control. When he sits down to examine labels, he discovers that many of his chosen products share effects that constrict blood vessels and stimulate the heart. His performance supplement also contains stimulants. By applying the OTC pause protocol, he decides to switch to saline nasal rinses and steam inhalation as his first line for mild congestion. He saves the multi-symptom pack for only the most intense days and for no more than a couple of days at a time. He discusses the supplement with a professional and switches to a safer plan focused on exercise, sleep, and targeted nutrition. The result? Fewer palpitations, calmer nights, and a more reliable sense of intimate readiness that feels safer and more natural. Consider also Luis, 65, who quietly struggles with sleep. He falls asleep watching TV in the living room, wakes up at 2 in the morning, stumbles to bed, and then tosses and turns. A friend recommends an over-the-counter sleep aid, and he feels an improvement the first nights, so he continues. Months later, he notices he is forgetful with names, more irritable, and unsteady when he gets up at night to go to the bathroom. His partner says his mood has changed, and he feels less interest in affection, even when he has time and privacy. When he learns about the OTC pause protocol, the first step is simply awareness. He looks at the label and recognizes that his sleep aid contains an older type antihistamine known to affect memory and balance in older adults. Under guidance, he gradually reduces its use, introduces a calming evening routine, keeps a consistent bedtime, and uses a short relaxation audio instead. The transition is not instantaneous, but within weeks his mornings feel clearer, his balance improves, and he feels more emotionally available to his partner. Intimacy feels less like a task and more like a natural extension of connection, supported by a brain that is finally starting to rest properly again. All of these stories share something beautiful. The turning point was not a miracle product, it was a shift in awareness. The moment each man stopped seeing over-the-counter medicines as harmless extras and started seeing them as powerful tools that require respect, everything changed. The habit of silent stacking was replaced by conscious choosing. The automatic pill was replaced, at least sometimes, by a walk, a glass of water, a stretch, an earlier dinner, a better bedtime ritual, or a conversation with a professional. You might be asking yourself now, what can I do from today, concretely? Let me walk you through a simple, practical plan you can start right after this video. Step 1. Go to the place where you keep your over-the-counter products, the bathroom cabinet, the bedside drawer, the kitchen shelf. Take everything out and place it on a table. Just this act already shifts things from background noise to something I am consciously looking at. Step 2. Group your products by function. Put all pain relievers together, put all cold and flu remedies together, put all sleep aids together, put antacids and stomach remedies in another group. If you have any male vitality or energy supplements, put them in their own category. Seeing them arranged like this reveals almost instantly where silent stacking might be happening. Step 3. Look at the active ingredients printed on the front or back of the package. You don't have to become an expert, just notice which names repeat across different boxes. If you see the same pain reliever appearing in 3 or 4 different products, that's a sign of potential stacking. If several products warn about high blood pressure, heart disease, or prostate problems, that means they deserve extra respect in a man over 50. Step 4. Apply the OTC pause protocol from now on. Before taking anything, ask yourself 3 questions. First, what is my body trying to tell me with this symptom? Maybe that headache is asking for hydration and a break from screens, not always a pill. Maybe that heartburn is asking for an earlier, lighter dinner. Second, what am I already taking, prescription or over-the-counter, that might interact with this? If you're not sure, that's a sign to talk to your pharmacist. Third, is there a non-drug option I could try first or alongside the medicine? A short walk, a gentle stretch, a warm shower, nasal saline, breathing exercises, less caffeine after midday? These may sound simple, but together they reduce your total medicine load and protect your organs. Step 5. Choose a small, realistic reduction goal. For example, you might decide, I'll save my multi-symptom cold packs for the worst 2 days only and use saline and rest for milder days. Or I'll replace one of my daily pain doses with movement and heat therapy and see how my body responds over a few weeks. Or I'll use my sleep aid only 2 nights a week while I build a stronger bedtime routine. Tiny shifts like these repeated can have a huge cumulative impact on your longevity and intimate well-being. As you do this, I want you to keep one sentence in mind. Your over-the-counter habits are one of the most underestimated levers for protecting your vitality after 50. So often, we focus only on dramatic changes, new diagnoses, big surgeries, new prescription medications, and we ignore the small daily decisions that either support or sabotage our future. Each time you pause, check, and choose wisely, you are writing a different story for your heart, your brain, your kidneys, and your intimate confidence. Never forget that your body, even at 60, 70, or beyond, still has an extraordinary capacity to adapt, recover, and improve when you give it better conditions. It's not about perfection, it's about direction. If your direction moves from automatic self-medication to conscious self-care, your cells, your organs, and your relationships will feel the difference. The man who protects his circulation, his sleep, his digestion, and his kidneys is also protecting his presence as partner, as father, as friend, as lover in the years to come. So, if I had to compress everything we've talked about into one powerful sentence, seria esta. Treat every over-the-counter product as if your future energy, independence, and intimate confidence depend on it, because poco a poco, they do. When you honor that truth, you move from being a passive consumer to being the wise guardian of your own longevity. And I want to leave you with a message of hope. It is never too late to change this. Even if you've been using these products automatically for decades, your body will appreciate every step you take toward more conscious use. Your next purchase can be different. Your next night's sleep can be different. Your next year of life can be different. The age on your ID does not decide your level of vitality. Your daily habits do. If this message resonated with you, tómate un momento para reflexionar. Look at your own cabinet, your own routines, and notice where silent stacking might be hiding. Talk openly with your pharmacist or healthcare provider. You deserve guidance that respects your goals for longevity, independence, and intimate well-being. And if you think another man in your life, a brother, a friend, a partner, could benefit from hearing this, comparte este mensaje con él. Sometimes a simple conversation is the beginning of a completely different future. I'm Dr. Mary Parker, pharmacist and well-being educator. Thank you for letting me acompañarte hoy. Take care of your heart, your kidneys, your mind, and your intimate health with the same respect you give to the people you love, because you are one of them. And if you want to keep learning about natural habits, safe strategies, and smart choices for health in the second half of life, te invito a quedarte, a suscribirte y a seguir construyendo, paso a paso, la versión más plena y vital de ti mismo.